Well, I appreciate you taking some time to chat with me today. I am so excited because we're back here with NCIS Sydney, and I'd love to know where we pick up here in season two.
Well, we pick up pretty much where we left off in season one. Mackie is staring down Richard Rankin, hand over a gun. It's all very intense, and it kind of doesn't really let up through the whole episode.
I mean, we see you and JD seem to have ever-present banter that the two of you never seem to get rid of. How about their relationship this season? Will it still be those push and pull, teasing each other
It,
situation that we love?
yeah, it will, but in like a really slightly more grounded, developed way. We see them having to really kind of trust each other and maybe be a little bit vulnerable. And so with that comes this new level of banter and friendship and kind of teasing each other, which is just so lovely to see and really fun to play. So we've really kind of like run with that throughout the season.
The show is so action-packed, and there's plenty of gear that you guys wear. What's it like putting it all on?
Uh, Great. It just adds to like everything, you know. I I mean, I love the fact I get to wear, combat pants and combat boots as Mackie, but as soon as you put on that vest, it just completely gives another dynamic of, okay, it's going down, actions happening, let's go. And it just adds to, the whole scene and the whole dynamic and how you feel wearing it. You feel like, yeah, I'm going into battle, let's do this.
There's such incredible stunt work that goes into this series as well. Did you have to switch up maybe your gym routine this season for anything in particular?
I always wanted Mackie to have the physical presence of someone who was a former Marine, which I did not have. So I had to kind of up that a little bit. And I want to give the illusion that she is extremely capable and fit, which I am not. But when it came to the stunts, I am always so up for doing as much as I can myself. And we have an incredible stunt team. Tony and Sean who build the sequences and all that kind of stuff, they were so welcoming and enthusiastic for us to be, to learn and to do as much as we could. So it definitely takes a lot of stamina. Way like for fake punching and fake all that stuff. It sure feels real in terms of losing my breath. So it's such good fun.
Well, we mentioned the moments between Mackie and JD, but were you looking forward to sharing some more scenes this season with someone or someones in particular?
I always want to share scenes with the team, and I mean Blue's my favorite character, so I'm always kind of waiting for Mackie and Blue scenes in every episode. And I think where we were kind of going this season is you see a lot of the kind of pairs and the dynamics of how they work. So we learn a lot about the characters, but kind of in certain scenarios. So not all the characters are privy to certain backstories or certain revelations, which I think is quite interesting and keeps adding to, all these characters and the team that we're building.
That's a perfect segue into my next question. I mean, are we going to be getting a little insight, a little additional insight into Mackie's background this season?
We do actually, yeah, and kind of in a big way, in quite a surprising way, but in a way that I think really allows us to see more of her humanity and more of her heart and her light and her softness, which is really beautiful. And she's such an incredible, strong woman. But there's a side to her we see this season, which I think allows us to kind of, I mean, me definitely fall a bit more in love with her because there's so much just I don't know what like softness I think is the word that's underneath this armor that she's built.
There's a pirate ship, there's a bomb. Is there a particular scene you are most excited for fans to get to see, or maybe even just, an episode that you want them? Certainly, the premiere of season two is one to keep an eye out for. But are there some special episodes that hold either an impressive significance for you or a personal significance for you?
Think, I mean, oh God, they're all, I adore them all. Definitely Ep 1 for sure. We totally just throw into the deep end and stay there, which is great. Um, Episode 6 is very action packed, and we see a Deshawn Evie kind of having to go for it and fight through some pretty serious stuff, which is very cool. We get a wonderful Blue episode, which is very exciting, and see so much more about her and who she is, which I adore. We get to go to Darwin, the Northern Territories, which is also like next level that you wouldn't even believe. And whatever, all the stuff that goes down there, it's just so good. I mean, the thing is, there's something in every episode that I would love to just
Sure.
mention, but that's no, I have to keep some things spoiler free.
I'm gonna sneeze, so trying to
No, please go ahead.
hold it together. I'm trying to hold it together. Um, um, apologies.
Be encouraged sneezing always.
Be a human being. Thank you. Be fallible. Thank you. I mean, Olivia couldn't be more charming. I mean, I started out like falling for her.
I'm
She's
having the
very
best
demure.
time. Yes, I wish I would. I wish I wanted to sneeze, and we could sneeze together. Be great.
Okay, keep it together. We talked about the intense scene work. We talked about the gear you have to wear. How do you shake off a long day of filming those moments?
Ooh, that's a good question. Honestly, it's not as intense as it looks. I think the most intense day that I had was, I think, in season 1, when Mackie was in the interrogation room and she was revealing
Oh,
a lot about her past. Like that took more out of me because it was more of an emotional, internal
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
The kind of running around chasing bad guys and, saving the day and all that is kind of more fun than anything. And what's so wonderful is that the atmosphere of set is just so chill and so laid back. Like we just kind of kick back and chill and laugh. And it really does take the edge off when things are a bit more, you know, intense and action packed.
Well, I can only imagine what it must mean to you to be a part of another beloved series. From the fans just adore the work you do for this show. What what do you think it is about NCIS Sydney that's just fascinated so many viewers?
I mean, I think the format of it is just so good, and that ultimately, I think people come for the crime and stay for the characters. And when you have such a wonderful core group of humans that have such individual voices that are so dynamic and so diverse. And I think that's what I love about, our NCIS Sydney uh, characters is that they're also different and also individual. And there's bits that resonate with all of them, and there's bits that we can see in ourselves in all of them. And um, I think it's that heart that, helps people connect with them and with the show and with the world.
We absolutely loved you on Legends. What did you take away from your time on that series? Certainly, I'm sure you
Legends.
kept in touch with some incredible co-stars.
Yeah, on Legends was such a dream come true. And in so many ways, it was my first TV job out of drama school. And so I was kind of inserted into this, already established show. But the kindness that I was shown from the cast is something that I will forever take with me. Like obviously, Katie was our number one for the whole show. And, she really taught me what it means to be a number one, and like the grace and the kindness and the welcoming of everyone is so important and so conducive to a lovely working environment. And then of course, I was able to learn how to act on camera on that show. And what a playground that was. Uh, from like robots and aliens and Disney princesses, like everything. I got to do everything. And it was just the most incredible experience. And then, of course, my wonderful best friend, Amy, Louise Pemberton, who played Gideon, we speak every single day. And I just can't imagine my life without her now. And obviously, I'm such wonderful friends with Lisette, who's obviously in LA, and I don't really see her as much now, which is a shame. But I'm just so lucky that, I have Amy is such a constant in my life now, and I absolutely adore her. So there's so many things. It was just such a wonderful time.
Well, you were exceptional on that show. You're exceptional on this show. What would you like to say to people who are fans and supporters of the incredible work you continue to do on our screens?
Thank goodness. I'm just so honored and humbled. I think I adore being an actor. I adore the job that I do and get to do and have the privilege to do. And so, the fact that anyone chooses to watch and engage and support that work is so overwhelming and just so wonderful. And so, thank you, I would say to anyone who enjoys what I try and bring to the screen. And I couldn't do my job if people weren't watching it. So thank you for being so supportive and so kind.
Well, you have to know the response you receive, I'm sure, to this character and all of the roles you've played. It just means so much to so many people and just have brought a light and levity and a distraction to so many of us during these times. So this is a gift you have, and you're truly meant to be doing this. So thank you so much for exploring your work with me.
Oh, thank you. That's really, really kind. That's really lovely of you. Thank you. And my pleasure. I adore talking about the shows I've done, the show I'm doing. Like it's just a dream come true,
Many
honestly.
more roles to come for you, many more seasons for this to come
I
for you.
hope so. All of the things, like more seasons, more shows, more film. I'm down. I'm so down. The more I get to do it, the happier I am.
You just have a gift where it radiates. So thank you again, Olivia, so much for taking some time to speak with me today. It was an absolute pleasure. And Girl Crush officially developed.
Ah, I mean, that's scrap everything. Just
I
keep that.
mean, people ship you in blue. I think I'm going to start shipping us at some point.
Maybe listen, I'm down. Whatever's up, like
I
let's
mean,
go.
if Amy's willing to share you at some point, we could make or at least be a French, a trio at some point. When I'm,
You might have to fight her a little bit for that, but I'm not complaining.
I mean, we'll see who gives you the better birthday gift, and then we'll talk.
Okay, gifts. Yes, let's go. Ready.
Well, thank you, Olivia, for our newfound friendship and for all of your time.